Well, we're back at the ranch. Everybody, welcome back to the Troop Ranch in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's Father's Day. You know, happy Father's Day to all you fathers. I have 3 of them and all these animals. All right, so I want to give you guys a heads up. I want to talk about what we're doing today. Okay, so we got the ducks out. We got these chickens out. These chickens were probably, they're a couple months old now. And then I've got our first round of chickens. So, right there. Okay, so you can see what I'm gonna talk you through today is some new chicken fencing, or chicken paddock, or basically chicken containment, chicken and duck containment. All right, so I first want to talk to you about what was going on here. So you can see we've got these old fences here, and that line over there, that was an old electric fence line. Okay, so one of the things when we first got our chickens, all I did, you can see, I got this big pile of pallets right here. The bugs out today. I got this big pile of pallets. So all I was doing when we first got the chickens, shut up. Try and talk to him. I can't. So all I was doing is I took all these pallets and piled them up, like leaned them up along there. That didn't really do the trick. So they just kept getting out and wandering all over the place. You know, it's not bad, but when you got to put the chickens away at the end of the day, it's just a hassle. So you can see I've got this little like 2-foot fence here, right? So you can see I've increased it to like a 4-foot, 4.5-foot fence line, because what was happening was they were literally hopping out in between these 2 little slats here. And right now, I mean, they can still get up and hop out of here. So they just kept getting loose. So what I'm doing is I got a whole bunch of basically 4-foot chicken fencing, and I took extra and I lined it all, I'm gonna line it all along there. And then I've got new fencing where I've opened the chicken paddock from where I'm standing out to here. So they got all this extra space. And you can see that I've got this chicken wire. And you know, just to let you know, this like 2-inch, it's like 2-inch by 4-inch openings in this chicken wire. It's meant to keep chickens in. That's about it. Not animals out. It doesn't keep animals out. So it does a good job. It does a good job of basically containing these chickens. None of them have gotten out so far since I put all this, but they have all this extra space. You know, there's Batman the rooster. There they are. So I got it all along here. See, it's even keeping Oz out. So my one caveat is this right here. So I got this gate. I would love for some feedback if anybody's got some good ideas. So literally, what I'm thinking, all I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna take some of that fencing and attach it to here. Then I got this big, like, almost 6-inch opening. I gotta figure out what to do here. I'm thinking I'm probably just gonna extend some fencing from here to here to cover that up. And then I'm gonna put this rain barrel and keep it here, right at this opening. So Ozzy can't get out, or can't get in. And then just for temporary right now, because you see I'm building it, I'll probably make a video, you know, part of this and show you how I'm gonna put the fencing up. But really all I'm using is like a staple gun and just kind of holding that fencing up and putting staples in it. But I'll show you how I do it. But yeah, that's what we got going on today. We're putting in some new chicken containment. It's kind of cool. So they basically have all of this space all along here. They have lots of space because they were hopping out and they were going all over back in there. It was a pain in the butt to get them all in. See, and then they're gonna go back and forth. So I gotta finish that up there. So let me just make a video and show you how I do it. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so here's something. If you're doing this, wear gloves. Definitely wear gloves, because this stuff, this will rip your hands apart. Okay, so you can see I got this chicken wire here. So all I've done is kind of extended one length of it and kind of hooked it around. See, I hooked it around my my little post right over here. You can see that post. Make sure you can see it. See, I hooked that around my post, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pound it in over there, and I'm going to pound it in with nails. Where are they? So I'm using these guys, right? These guys are really handy. So see these guys right here? You can see these? So these are really handy. All you do is get these, pound them in to hold the fence up. Use your trusty hammer. Okay, so ready? I'm hopefully gonna get this section all done, and you guys can watch me do it real fast. Here we go. Well, so there you go. Okay, you can see, give you a little shot of it. There's our friend Oz. Hey, buddy. He's gonna throw his ball, of course. Okay, long story short, I was short of fencing over there. I'm gonna come up with a solution here in just a second, so hang tight. But you can see what I did is I just nailed these things in to the wood here, one here, let's see, one. Oh no, that was it, because then you probably saw I came over on that video and showed you the zip ties, the handy dandy zip ties that I use. That's to hold it to the other fence. And then I just had some extra length of just this like flexible wire. So I just connected that at various points down there. You know, chickens aren't going to get through it. That's good. It's a good 4 feet height. Chickens are not going to get over that. Now, my only conundrum is I got to figure out how to cover up basically from this point over to the barn. But I have some 2-foot fencing that goes down there. So let's see how I'm gonna solve this. I think I've got some fencing over there that I might repurpose. Take that off and put it over there. Let's see what we figure out. Okay, so when you live on a farm, you find good ways to repurpose things, right? Look at this. So this chunk of chicken wire is gonna go right up there. It used to be right over here, blocking that fence line, but since we opened all this up, we don't need it. So I'm gonna put it right over there to block off that last little 2-foot section, basically from right there to right there. I think we got more than we need. So then I might take this chunk of wire that I found up by one of the garden boxes, and I'm gonna use that to put on our gate over there. All right, let's see what we get done. All right, worked out pretty good, you know? So look at, all I did was take that section of fencing, connect from here over to there. And I got that last, I don't know, what is that? 8-9 foot gap covered up. So basically it goes up to 4 feet. So here's the thing, you know, if you're starting out like on your homestead journey and you're on a farm, I don't know, don't overthink things. Like, just do it so it works. And it was funny, like I got this whole fence up. Part of me was like, it works, you know, it's gonna work. And my wife came down, she's like, that's beautiful. I was like, that's right, honey, it is beautiful. So there you have it. Literally, our last section of 2-foot fencing is done right there. And I mean, guys, it's all I did was come in with a staple gun and just staple this for this. If somebody comes and is like, oh, I'll staple it, like, it's fine. Like, it works. It doesn't look beautiful, but it works. It's a farm. It's homesteading, okay? And then you saw, I think I showed you some of that wire that I used. You know, I had a kind of a big gap. I had like a big gap right there. So all I did was I put some wire there. We just connected it and wound it tight. So that's literally all you have. And now, Ozzy can't put his balls in here anymore. All right, everybody. I got that one section of the front gate that I got to do. Maybe I'll make a video for you, but you know, thanks for watching. Here we are. It's a beautiful Sunday out at the Troop Ranch here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's sunny, it's June, it's 70 degrees out, the wind's blowing a little bit, the bugs aren't too terrible. Right down there, you know what I got set up right down there? The gun range. Maybe I might take some shots today. Oh yeah! All right, everybody, have a great day. Thanks for coming and watching Life in the Upper Peninsula at the Troop Ranch. Have a great day, everybody. Like and follow. Check out more of our videos.